Assalamu alaikum, guys. I hope you're all doing well. We were just on live with Salam Charity and Harris J. We were speaking to somebody live in Gaza right now. The connection was lost. We are just waiting for Harris to come on, inshallah. I'm going to speak to you all. I think his Instagram wasn't updated, so he couldn't add more than one person to the live. Assalamu alaikum.
On Salam, Farah. I thought I'd call you there for a bit on Salam. I was unaware. I thought.
I was there, but because you were on it and I was on it at the same time.
All right. Harris is here now. It says add Nadia and then add. So is Nadia on here now?
Is it Nadya Siyam?
Yes. Yes.
Got it. Inshallah. I don't think Harris is working because he needs to update his Instagram. Assalamu alaikum, Nadia.
Hello, hi. Sorry, the internet, the electricity went off, so that's why I kind of lost the connection.
It's okay. So I'm so sorry. My name is Farah. I work for Salam Charity. This is my colleague Uzair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Nice to meet you.
Alaikum salam. Nice meeting you guys. Thank you for
Likewise.
having me.
So what is the current situation in Gaza right now?
Well, generally, the aggression has been going on for around 12 days now. The bombardment is very intensive. It doesn't stop. I mean, if it's like less severe in one area and it's more severe in another area, but generally it goes on all the time. And yeah, I mean, there are 230 people have been killed. 65 of them were children, 17 were elderly, 40 were women. A lot of people lost their houses. I was just saying that like around 70,000 people are now homeless, and yeah, and a lot of other like places have been targeted that like not homes but like centers and infrastructure. So that situation in general is very intense and hard.
I'm so sorry that you guys are suffering right now. You guys are going through this. I want you to know that everybody in the world is, protesting, sending so much love and du'as to you guys. Honestly, like since it's happened, everybody is literally being your guys' voice and hitting the streets and doing everything that they can on your behalf.
We're trying everything.
Yeah, we see this and it really means a lot to us. I mean, that really is a beginning to a change. We really appreciate.
Can you Nadia? Sorry, can you tell the people? Because we've been having protests here for the last week or so. People are trying to gather the numbers and can you tell the people what it's like for people in Gaza and people in Palestine when they see people at protests supporting them and stuff? Yeah, because a lot of people they say here, oh, we there's no point us going to protest. What good does it do if you protest? And how are we helping them? Can you tell them what it's like for when people actually see the Ummah supporting them?
Yeah, well, as I was just telling you that, having this much support is kind of new because Gaza has been going on for so long now. I mean, this is the fourth aggression we have had. But what's different this time is that we've been seeing a lot of people interacting with what's and people protesting, and that in the least provides us with kind of emotional support, let's say. But in fact, there is a point that those people can kind of pressure their governments to make a change, because the UK government is kind of always biased towards Israel, but when they see that their own people are against what the government stands for, then the government would kind of be forced to make a change. So the harder they push, the more possible that a change will happen.
Inshallah. I mean, I am here in Leicester right now. I'm going to show you where I am.
Oh, mashallah, there's a protest.
So exactly what Harris is saying. We want to know that you guys are seeing everything. We are supporting you, even though we are thousands of miles away. Our hearts are there in Al-Quds with you. Our hearts are in Gaza with you. So inshallah, none of this will be in vain, and this will all be worth something. So Salam Charity are currently giving emergency medical aid in Gaza and East Jerusalem. They are also providing food, because we know that inflation is so high, things are so expensive. It's so important to, it's like we are telling the world that we are providing them with basic necessities, you guys with basic necessities that every human should have access to, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you so much.
No, honestly. And what is it that you guys need? What is it that you guys need from us? What's the best thing that we can do for you?
Yeah.
I mean, all help is really appreciated, but I mean, the raising awareness is the thing that would, like, in the long run cause a difference between, because now, now we urgently need help that's connected to the health sector and stuff that are related to war, to what's going on now. But when this is over, the Palestinian cause is not over, because, and it will still go on. So the more aware people are of what's happening, the better the change will be, because, you know, in the long run we might stop needing food, like urgently needing food or needing like medical supplies, but we would still need to be, our cause will still need to be like there and talked about.
Nadia, can I ask a question? You know, when we see like the videos sometimes of the bombs dropping, sometimes we see people like in Gaza, like they're it's like they're ready, like they know the bomb's about to drop. Like, is there like a process that people have like become accustomed to, like the citizens who are living there, that they know when there's rockets dropping from the sky, they know to start running?
Well, yes. Well, the kind of bombings vary. So, but sometimes before they bomb a place, they bomb it once with like a warning bombing that doesn't cause much damage, and that would kind of alert people to just like go out, and people would go out, and people would call their neighbors, and their neighbors also would evacuate. Sometimes they might just call a person and tell them like, okay, you go and tell those people to evacuate, or this house to evacuate, and they do. Other times they don't do that, they just bomb the house without a prior warning. So that explains why a lot of families have died in like
the warning bombings are basically them being nice in their eyes, and then but a lot of the time you're saying they don't even drop the warning bomb, they'll just drop a normal bomb.
Yeah, exactly. That's the ridiculous part, that they say they justify what they're doing through saying that we warned people that we're going to bomb them. Oh, how generous of you! You're warning us that we're going to be killed or we'll lose our home, which is really ridiculous. But yeah, they do that sometimes.
I've also heard that they give a call ahead saying in half an hour we are scheduling an airstrike or something. Is this true?
Yes, it is true. Some people do receive a phone call, and sometimes it's a phone call like which causes panic. But like in most cases, like yeah, they do receive a phone call, and that is especially in houses that are in a very crowded neighborhood, in which people would need to actually go out and actually tell their own neighbors, and the whole street would evacuate. So because the bombing will not only affect the house that is being bombed, but also the surrounding houses. So the whole street evacuates.
So the area that you're living in right now in Gaza, is it more of a safe area, or is it just like a free for all thing right now? Like, you don't know where the bombs are going to drop; they could drop anywhere. Or are you quite safe where you are?
Honestly, no place here is safe. I've been writing about this, that we every day we feel like it's our last day, that today is okay, we're going to die. And actually there has been many bombings in my own street. My brother's kindergarten was bombed, and the street in itself was bombed. And like there was a house that is also at the end of my street that was bombed, in which like a whole family lived, like a doctor and his wife, who is also a doctor, and their kids were killed. So no place is safe. Some people thought, including myself, that okay, I feel safe, or maybe my house is safe. But during this aggression, we literally feel like no place is safe, and any one of us could be targeted at any moment.
SubhanAllah.
It's very sad. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Nadia. My name is Uzair. So I work with Salam Charity, alhamdulillah. And, you know, I'm pleased to say Salam Charity, they've got partners on the ground, and they're actually in the war zone, you know, you call it ground zero. And they're sending medical supplies with people that are donating. Haris is part of the team, alhamdulillah. He's donating as well. He's got the link in his bio. Salam Charity have also got it in their bio. And we're kind of fundraising for medical equipment to help burns, you know, limb replacements and this kind of thing. Can you just tell us how important it is that you get the medical supplies for burns and medication, stretchers. I mean, last time I spoke to the sister, she was saying oxygen is a big factor. Can you just explain some on that situation as well, please?
Yeah, well, Gaza has already, like, even before this aggression, we've been under the Israeli blockade for over 15 years now, and this blockade has had its effects on all aspects of our lives, including the health sector. The health sector, even before Corona, even before this aggression, was already suffering from shortage of a lot of equipments. It's like health centers and hospitals are underfunded, doctors are underpaid, and like places are overcrowded, and like there are equipments that are even banned to be entered that are needed, including, I think, like what you've mentioned. I'm not really sure of this exact thing. I'm aware that there are certain equipments that are even banned to enter Gaza that are needed. And sometimes when people kind of try to travel urgently to get medication abroad, their requests for that also get rejected. So that was the situation before Corona, and then Corona happened, and for a year and a half now, like the whole world has been going through this crisis, and Gaza as well, which kind of intensified the already hard situation. And like there are no places, not enough equipment, etc., and then now the aggression, so that made it even explode even more, which is like really ridiculous. My own father is a doctor, and he's been telling us there are no spaces in hospitals. Like some people get sent home before, like who still need to be at the hospital, but they get sent home because like people are like need more urgent care and this day. So the situation in hospitals is a mess. It's complicated, and yeah, hospitals really do need this sort of support.
The biggest thing I want to say is I just want the people of Gaza, yourself and everyone else, and the people of Palestine to remember we are feeling that pain. Wallahi, I see Harris on his Instagram story and his post, the amount of pain I see in his posts, and in Farah's sister and everyone else. Wallahi, honestly, if Harris will probably agree, the pain that we have in our hearts is like, oh Allah, take me there. And even if I can go into battle, if I can do something,
Wallahi.
you know, be it take down one soldier, be it help carry a brother or a sister on a stretcher. And trust me, I see the pain in Harris's eyes most of the time. On my stories, I always see Harris is there's a lot of pain going through everyone. And that's just Harris I'm talking about. There's thousands and millions of people that are supporting the people of Palestine, and it just feels like our hands are tied because we're so far away, and it just feels like we can't do anything. But like Harris said, what we can do is protest. We can make dua, and you know, when the time is right and Allah's power is shown, inshallah, He will show everyone, and He will help the people of Palestine, inshallah. Never be forgotten. I mean, the Sahaba were there. And all the Islamic history in Palestine, Masjid al-Aqsa and everything else, you know, Allah will not allow it to go down without a fight.
I 100% agree, Uzair. I'm so grateful that you've come on, Nadia. Honestly, thank you so much for telling the world the truth. And you know, we are always here to support you in every way that we can. We are also sending out, like I said earlier, emergency medical aid. We are also, so if you feel like your hands are tied, you can't do anything, you can do something. You can make dua. Yes, we can fundraise. We can send out money, because with Salam Charity, we know that 100% of your funds are going to the cause. We are working with people on the ground. We are working with hospitals. We are working with reputable caregivers. So it's very, very important that you know that Salam Charity is always here to help provide every help and need that we are trying to give as much as possible.
This is literally the truth. This is literally the truth. The problem is, is that in the countries that we live in, the news won't show this. They won't speak to a citizen in Gaza and allow them to explain the kind of experiences that they're going through and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's so important, Nadia, and we're so thankful that you're coming on and you're telling us, because like otherwise we don't see the truth. We just hear about it. We see videos and we're never gonna actually get to experience what you're feeling. And wallahi, when Uzair was saying, it's true. Like we want to. It sounds crazy, but we want to be there with you. Like we can't do much from here. And sometimes I feel so useless just posting up on my freaking phone, just nonsense and trying to help as much as I can. But honestly, like, thank you so much for coming on and talking to the people and letting everyone know what you're going through, because otherwise we have no other way. And it's so important that people like you are doing this, inshallah. And I ask Allah to end your suffering I've
I
heard
mean,
we've been hearing that there's a peace treaty talk. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, they're talking about a ceasefire, something like that, but nothing is
Ceasefire,
certain. Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's not certain.
there are talks about a ceasefire, but you know, a ceasefire means like ending the aggression, but not the whole situation. So it's like putting the situation into a pause rather than solving it. So really, like when the fire, like when this aggression stops, the blockade will still be there, and the situation will
Yeah,
not be 100% better. It would be just like slightly better. We will just feel slightly safer, but that's it. But I just to on what you guys said about like the protests and about like posting
yeah.
we really see that and we appreciate that. I mean, as I've said like a while ago that before we didn't like really see that much support and we really felt left out and felt alone. But this time we feel okay through social media that okay, media doesn't tell the truth, but social media and people try to discover the truth. So so now it's not press talking to people; it's people talking to people. So that makes the message
100%.
Exactly,
the message kind
exactly.
of like spread on a wider range, and that really comes as a pat on the shoulder for us, and we really see this and
100%.
feel that this is like a seed that might inspire change.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. My friend
We
in Gaza has been telling me every day, he's 25 years old and he's seen 5 wars, and this is the worst war right now, worst war they have been through.
So true. This one is like the most deadly. We literally feel like at any moment we might die. They've been targeting civilians like crazy. And like one of my classmates, well, she herself thankfully survived, but 15 members of her family died, or like have been killed to be like more precise. They bombed their house during the night, and like 15 people. Her mom, like 4 of her siblings, like she's the only one that survived here, she and her father, but like her, even like her grandfather who is like 90 years old, they killed him. So, and like they were sleeping at the safety of their house, they never expected this. And I feel like okay, what makes me different, we were classmates, we go to school together, like
exactly.
it could have been my own family, it could have been anyone else's family. And so yeah, we feel like this aggression is like the deadliest so far.
Yeah,
We want you to know.
we need to keep protesting and we need to keep raising money. That's to all the people who are watching this. Now that you've heard it from someone who's living in Gaza firsthand, make sure you're at the protest on Saturday. Make sure you're at all of the protests that you can be at, because it means a lot to these people. They're telling us with their own mouths. It means a lot that we're there, and it means a lot that we can try and raise money, and that's all we can really do. But why would we do nothing instead of doing something? You know. So please, guys, whoever's watching this, just do something. Like, these people are appreciating the very little that we can do so much. So we have to keep doing it.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. And all of these places that are supporting, they are right on our doorstep. We are right here in Leicester, and inshallah, we will incite change. It happened positively. We did it with South Africa, we did it with Bosnia. It is possible, and social media is as strong as it's ever been right now. So it's so important that Nadia, you were telling us your account. People are, again, you said, speaking to people. We are not relying on the mainstream media for everything, and we are speaking to you firsthand. You are there right now. I'm constantly in talks with people in Gaza as we speak, and every single day they're showing me videos. We've been called. They've sent us a warning. We have to evacuate our family somewhere else. All of this, if this was happening to us right now, we would be broken. You are so strong. You are honestly so inspirational to us. MashaAllah, we admire you so much. And we want to give you strength. We want to show that everyone in the world here is praying for you and raising for you guys. And we are sending as much aid to you guys as possible. So guys, remember, the link is pinned below. Please go on Harris's link and we will inshallah send that aid directly to Gaza and East Jerusalem where they need it right now.
Inshallah.
One final thing from me, sister, is the people of Palestine. I was at the masjid and they were saying the people of Palestine, they have a lot of iman. MashaAllah, the people have a lot of iman, they have a lot of yaqeen, and they have a lot of iman in their deen and in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's what's going to help, inshallah. You see some of these pictures and videos of these elderly women and these little children, and they're standing up to the Israeli soldiers and their guns in the face. Wallahi, if we were there, we would run. You know, we would run from those places. These little kids, they're soldiers of Allah, and the iman that they have, and Allah will protect them, inshallah. And we just want you to remember, like Hari said, like Farah said, always in our du'as, there's a lot of pain in our hearts every time we see a video or a picture or a destructive building. There's a lot of pain in our hearts, but we make dua, inshallah, and you know, Allah is the one who accepts, and inshallah He will accept one day. And we pray for peace, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
All right, inshallah.
Okay,
you
guys,
so
Assalamu
much,
alaikum.
Nadia.
So much.
Take care, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. And inshallah, speak to you guys soon.
Inshallah. Thank you so much,
Assalamu
Nadia.
alaikum.
Stay safe,
Salam
inshallah.
alaikum.
Wear my prayers.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Right.